Hi, it's K-Bar user. Oh, my tripod just fell. I'm telling you, man, I'm not having a good day today at all. Recorded like 3 videos so far, none of them turned out. Okay, let's hope everything stays. Okay, now, I don't know if you've watched some of my videos, but I reviewed the Ontario 498 combat knife and the RTAC 2. Great blades, but you don't know a blade unless you use it. So, that's one of the things that, you know, you learn things, you forget things. That's one of the things I learned and forgot. You can have the greatest blades in the world, unless you're using them, you really don't know what they can do for you. So I called Drew at Ontario. I said to him, okay, you got anything else I can review? He's like, you know what, Tom? He said, yeah, we carry a woodsman line. I didn't know they had them. So what they sent me to review was this. Let me get it here. Now their Woodsman series of knives has a 5-inch blade knife. It's a field knife. I believe there's a 4-inch one. It's called the Bushcrafter. There's a 12-inch Bushcraft machete. And then there's this little baby. Now, obviously, I haven't used it. I'm just giving you specs on it. I've, played with it a little bit, but I'm not enough to say this is their, I don't know if I can see it in there. Can you see it? Bushcraft Woodsman. Ontario knife, USA made knife. Now, just real quick on the specs. It's got an 8¼ inch blade. A lot of you might notice this blade if you're into Ontario Spec Plus series. Same thing as SP50. A little bit of a difference as far as thickness and stuff. Start from the front. Distal taper to the tip is beautiful. It's got a very sharp 90-degree spine. Made of 5160 high carbon steel. Heat treated 53 to 55. So it's a soft metal. It won't hold an edge as long as, say, a 56 to 58. But on the other hand, it's easy to sharpen. So, okay. So that's the blade. It's 1/4 inch metal, 1/4 inch stock. The handles, the scales are brown laminate wood. They're held together by 3 Allen screws, torque head screws. So if you want to make your own grips, it's probably really easy to do. I've never done it, but the handle itself, the scales are unbelievably comfortable. There's a really nice palm swell here and a choil that catches your finger. It's kind of, you can see it in here, it catches your finger so you're not going anywhere up on this blade. There's also a swell in front right here. I don't know if I can catch it real good on there, but it stops your hand immediately. It's a nice finger grab in the back, so if you wanted to choke up on it, you have something to grab onto. A 5160 I'm getting to like. I'm used to 1095, but this 5160 stuff is really nice. So basically that's the knife. Now as far as the choil here, there's no 90 on the choil, so if you wanted to choke up on it, there's nothing there to hurt your hand. Okay, so that is the knife. The knife also comes with this Paracord lanyard bracelet. I use it for a lanyard. Also comes with a ferro rod. A lot of you are going, don't forget, 4 or 5 years ago, before they come out with them 6-inch 5/8 ferro rods, these were the ones. Okay, so it comes with this striker. It's got the scraper and a wrench and a bottle opener and some kind of measurement on here. The striker itself, I mean, it'll throw sparks for you. But watch this. Love this 90-degree spine. This thing will throw sparks. Okay. So, see if I can brace it up here. Maybe you can see it a little better. So we got the knife, the ferro rod that comes with it, paracord bracelet. Now, as far as the sheath itself, like I said, you can see it, I haven't used it. So, as far as the sheath itself, it's 600 Cordura, nice tan color, red stitching, nice knife. Ferro rod fits in this pouch. This way here, it's with you, as long as the knife is. That's if you remember to put it back. Now what I usually do, I'll take this string, run this flap through it, and then snap it, and if something catches it, pulls it out of the pocket, it's going to be held there. So anyway, there's no leg ties on this. That's one thing I don't like about it. But it's really easy to pop an eyelet in here or two. Or what I usually do with a knife this big is I'll put some straps on the side with some Fast-Tex buckles. And, it holds the knife fine. The belt loop itself is permanently attached. It doesn't come open, so you do have to take it on and off your belt. There's one retention strap. It's got a nice snap on it. It's held together with these rectangular rings that Ontario uses. Holds the knife securely. Inside the sheath itself, there's a plastic there's a plastic insert in there, and I wasn't sure if it was leather or not. And like I said, it's a DeSantis game hide. So all the usage I've had with it, my SP5 came with the DeSantis, and it's held up great. So that's the Ontario Bushcraft Woodsman. Trying to get the name in here, but it just doesn't. There we go. Bushcraft Woodsman, backwards. Try spelling that. I can't say enough about the knife. I haven't really had time to play with it because, like I said, it's just the first week I've actually been out of bed. Had a lot of catching up with the grass and stuff to do, so. But the edge itself is extremely sharp. And like I said, even if it does go dull, it's a soft steel, it's easy to sharpen. You throw a small steel in it, or use the ferro rod is what I use to sharpen. The nice thing about this is, you could drive this into another piece of wood here on the tip, or even like this if you wanted to. This spine is sharp enough to where you can scrape a self bow with no problem. The knife is large enough to make a good draw knife. I mean, there's enough purchase there where you can get a hold of it the way you're not cutting yourself and make it a decent mini draw knife. So between the two edges, should have no problem making arrows and bows. So that's the Ontario Bushcraft Woodsman. Let's see if we can get it in here. This is a USA made knife. It's not one of them China ones that we'll ship it in and we'll put it together in the United States. It's a US made knife. No, it's not. This is made from a US company by US steel. Great job. So it looks like in the sheath. And what more can I say about it? Until I use it, all I can say is you can't go wrong by purchasing that knife. I think myself that knife deserves a good piece of leather sheath. I mean, I'm really impressed with it. I think it deserves a good piece of leather for a sheath and a ferro rod holder. And so that's the Ontario Bushcraft Woodsman. Check out the Ontario line. If you don't like the big 9-inch blades, they do have a 4 or 5-inch. If you like bigger blades than that, Ontario makes a fine line of knives. So this is K-Bar User. I want to thank you for your time and your patience. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please do. Hey, we'll see you on the next one. Y'all have a great weekend.